Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to Smooth Legend and Dave Castle, both of my Hebrew brothers. And with that being said, I want to talk about, how knowledge has been used to manipulate and control the masses, because we see that so much has been used that the world looks at it as a symbol of freedom, the Statue of Liberty, but they don't have the knowledge of the true meaning of it being Isis or the fertility god. So technically that's what that stands for, and that statue is a whore. So the Statue of Liberty actually is Isis and a whore, a green-faced whore with a little thing standing up. That is in the Bible, the whore of Babylon. That is the interpretation for that. So if you have the knowledge of something and you tell somebody, oh, this means liberty, but you actually have the knowledge and the true meaning of it and the wisdom of what it stands for, where it came from, and the meaning of it, then that means that you have just lied and tricked the people and distracted them. One conversation that I've had, and that was the conversation that we had, that I've had, that I want to bring up, that I did have with Dave. All right. So Mr. Castle sat down and he said to me, he said, the days and the weeks have all been changed to gods. Yes. Now, do you also know that the months, the year, everything around us has been fashioned around some kind of Greek Nephilim god that they had made up and fashioned back in those times, but you will not know that unless you read the book of Jasher, unless you read Enoch. All right, where these things came from. Babylonia and Mesopotamia times, but they hide this from you. Why? Because the knowledge that they held and they knew, they did not share with anybody, because what the world didn't know and were dumbfounded to and had to learn in order to keep up with the rich and barter and trade. This is the knowledge that they were fed, false knowledge. We also see that I also was sitting down and talking to Smooth Legend, and my brother sat down and he told me, he said, yeah, look at what's going on with the politicians and the news and how they have so much going on with the stars, but they're not talking about what's going on in the world, what plays a role for our future, if you have kids, your kids' future, for everything that's at stake, for what we eat, how our money is being spent, the jobs and everything else. None of that is really being talked about. So we see distractions. And what are distractions? Distractions are like static in your life. All right, it's drama, things that get you off the importance of what life and the meaning of life actually is. So if somebody has the knowledge of how to set your mood in a different fashion or motion, which we see all the time, that Facebook throws it in your face all the time. Oh, we threw these out here, we're running an experiment to see how people's reactions will be toward this and all this other stuff. We see that even Bill Gates fashioning the whole United States of America's education to a Common Core education. That was crazy because nobody even voted for that. But us as believers, we stay out of it. Why? Because there's a fulfillment that the Gentiles must fulfill, and they have a purpose and a reason. All we can do is hold fast and pray and stick together as believers and know the true knowledge and the meaning of that knowledge, so that way we can have wisdom and knowledge to gain the love, the grace, and the keys to the kingdom of God.